Welcome back. Now call him Mr. Perfect, call him Mr. Know-It-All, whatever name you call him, he is the governor, Machakos County. When you talk of development at the county level, his name will, with no doubt, top the list. However, controversy surrounds how he conducts business, especially with some local leaders always bent on poking holes on his strategies. As for Dr. Alfred Mutua, he believes in Kenya today there are two kinds of leaders. Those of us who are vibrant, selfless, and who are focused towards initiating speedy, timely, and real development for our people in a transparent and efficient way. And those of us who are of a different era, who have run out of ideas, are greedy, intolerant, afraid of positive change, and whose agenda is to ensure the poor remain poor so that they can continue to be masters as they enhance corruption and the devil's agenda. We want to focus on Machakos County and, of course, the latest developments there. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. I mean, you said it all, so I don't even know why I'm here.
But it would be interesting to learn. I mean, in your first year, and we just hear of developments there, right, left and center. Tell us a bit about that, more of that.
I think when I served in government, President Kibaki's government for close to 10 years, 9 years, we always talked about the things that we wanted to do. And I decided that when I became governor, I will not be talking about what I want to do or what I will do. I will just be talking about what I have done. So putting measures, because 190 are tired of hearing of dreams. I mean, look at Malili and Konza City, 6-7 years going, always talking about a techno city. Where is it? So I decided that my paradigm for development will be about focusing on what we have done. And so we decided to serve the 190. When I was here last, a while back, even when we were campaigning, I told you and I told the people what I intended to do. Now what I'm doing is just basically launching the programs that I promised the people of Machakos.
All right. Where are you getting the money?
Actually, yesterday I sat with my Minister of Finance and we were scared. We were scared that the money that we have may actually go back to Treasury if we're not careful. Because we were allocated money to do this work. We looked at the budget, we've been given 4.7 billion. We looked at the local collection to an additional 2 to 4 million. And we budgeted for each and everything. So all we're doing is spending the money that is actually in the budget. We are not even spending it as fast enough because we only have a few more months to June. We still have about 2 billion to spend between now and June. And we are afraid that we may not have the capacity to spend that money. But I've told my cabinet, no money is going to go back while people are suffering. We work day and night. We spend that money. We build those roads. We dig those dams, those ponds for the sake of our people. So the money is there. We were the first county to, I was the first governor to open our parliament. I was the first governor to go to the ground and talk to Wananchi about preparing a budget. I was the first one to get my budget passed. I was the first one to get my budget approved by the controller of the budget. I was the first one to actually get money sent to Machakos. So we have money and we've been spending the money because we started with a focus. We did not wait and we put systems in place.
All right. Remember, you can send in your questions. The number is 22422, and so far comments coming in. This is Angela says, "Hey Mutua, you're my hero, 1 in a million. Keep it up. Your Excellency, congrats and keep up the energy to transform the people of Machakos." But in the midst of all these developments, there are some leaders who are concerned that you're not in touch with priority as far as Machakos County is concerned.
I think it's very important to listen to what other leaders say. You cannot be an know-it-all person. You'd be stupid and not a leader. So I listen to other voices. But you also have to wonder where some of these voices are coming from and whether they actually understand. You see, you've asked me a question, and if you asked me, can you give me a development agenda? I'll be able to tell you, for example, that I'm looking at everything in sectors. What am I doing in terms of the health sector? Already we've signed contracts over 500 million shillings. We're building community hospitals in every ward. I'll be launching soon. We have ambulances for every location. I'll be launching those next week. We have a water program where we have bought 10 drilling machines, not we are going to buy, which I'll be unveiling soon, which are going to dig about 1,000 boreholes. We have graders for every constituency to make the roads we've already purchased. We've purchased bulldozers for every constituency. We have excavators, which are arriving next week but one, for every constituency to dig water pans. So, people need to know, what are you doing? So they shouldn't come and say you don't have your priorities right without asking me, what is your game plan, what's your plan? Because each and every sector has been thought through. Because we have to look at food security, we have to look at health, we have to look at basic security, we have to look at the education of our children, infrastructure. We have very bad roads. We are about to do something that has never been done. I sat down with Engineer Kamau, the Cabinet Secretary for Infrastructure and Transport, and we agreed we are going to take over as a county some of the roads meant to be made by the national government because they don't have the money. And they said, bring your experts, we put in our money, we build roads for our people. And so we're just about to launch that, building major roads, spending about 1 billion shillings between now and June to actually unveil roads that actually open up Ukambani, Machakos, from one end to the other. So we have all these priorities and all these plans, but they go in sequences. So when somebody sees we're doing security of the park, ni kwa sababu hiyo dish imeiva iko kwa meza, hiyo nyingine bado iko jikoni, italetwa kwa meza kesho.
The other day you bought vehicles for the police.
Yes.
And the complaint was that was showmanship, that you just displayed. Some people said after display they will not be seen anywhere.
I think it's because those people, once they live in Nairobi, they don't live in the rural areas. Because if you go to any location in Machakos right now, you will find a police vehicle. And I mean location. What happens in most of the places in this country, when you call the police at night, when somebody is cutting the grill, when somebody is getting into the house to rape your wife, rape your children, rape your mother, as a man, if you're a woman, you have people trying to come and rape you, you call the police, either the number doesn't go through, nor does it go through, they tell you, we don't have fuel, we don't have a car. That's 3 o'clock in the morning. They tell you, we don't have a car, we don't have fuel. We have decided that people told me when I was campaigning that they wanted security. So we are making security available to them. The 120 security cars are not even enough, because a response should be within 5 to 10 minutes. Because if somebody is hacking and trying to cut a grill, to come in and steal and hack you up and rape your children, you want the police to come within 5 minutes, not half an hour, 2 hours later. So right now
that happening in Machakos now?
That is happening in Machakos. And what we've done also, by working with the national government, because we put our money, we have call centers. So if you call from one corner of Machakos, the call center, the person picking the phone is not in Nairobi or another corner. It's a person in your community who actually understands where you are. When you say, I'm across this river, I'm near River Thwake, I'm in Kalaasa, I'm in Kibaoni, they will know where you are. They ask you in Kibaoni, say, I'm near the chief's house. So the police actually are dispatched accurately in the ambulances to where you are.
Just looking at all the developments, it's quite a concern that the senator is not seen in all these. In fact, anytime he speaks, he suddenly is set to poke holes in what you do. Is it a one-man show?
No, I think, I'm working with each and every member of parliament, and we work together. And I sit down with MPs and I tell them, you have your CDF, I have my budget. Why do we need to replicate things? And so we sit down and we prioritize with the members of parliament in the county assembly. They put their money. For example, the other day, we launched our 80 million county bursary program. They chipped in their money, so it became 160 million budget bursary program. So we work with the MPs. The senator, we differ philosophically. It's a difference that started even before I was elected. Because before I was governor, my good senator, a very good man, Senator Mulama, ran against me. He supported my opponent. And he's been accused by others, I don't know whether it's accurate, I want to ask him, that even on the eve of the campaigns, of the elections, I saw many posters with my name, with TNA colors instead of Wiper colors, and I was told it was people in his camp who did it. So, some of those things. So, and I understand that. He campaigned for Vinandeti. He went around with Vinandeti. He was not even in Wiper. And that was campaigning. We got into government. And the wars did not stop. And I've invited him. I've written him letters. I've told him, come to my office. Let us sit. Let me give you the agenda. He did not come. When we launched the most significant wealth creation program in this country, when we launched the investment program in Machakos, when we launched the development of the new city, when President Uhuru Kenyatta came to Machakos with his cabinet, when we had international visitors flying in on their private jets to come and see about investing not only in Machakos but in Kenya, Honorable Mudama went to court to stop President Kibaki from coming to Machakos. I mean, he went to court. It's in the records to stop, and the judge said, no, you can't do this. You can't stop a president from going to a county, and you can't stop development from going on, because he said he wants an injunction, that program to stop. And he stood in Machakos in a church the previous week, and he said Machakos is a code zone, so a Jubilee president should not come to Machakos. I mean, come on. That's why I say some people are actually stuck in a different era. We have moved on. You know, our children are crying out there looking for jobs. Our mothers are helpless looking for water. People need to wake up and realize that that period of empty politics has changed. It has gone on. And we also have our own fundamental problems with him, and that comes to the usage of the little money that we have. He told me himself that first of all, the money we have in the counties should go to support the political agenda. I said no. He said he can't work with me because I will not agree to sit down and decide who gets what tender. I said no. I said each and every shilling that we get from the national budget, I am accountable. I'm not going to sit with him and divide the money so that we can enhance the size of our stomachs. I said no. And all I'm telling you, I have actually sworn an affidavit. It is in court. Because that is what he told me, in the presence of other members of parliament, even in the presence of Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka. So these are things that we've had. So it's a fundamental difference of the way we want to utilize. I'm saying this money belongs to the people. I want it for the people. Anybody with side shows because I'm not going to sit down and decide who gets what tender, that is inflated, I don't want to work with them. They can scream.